Alright, welcome to my League One predictions for the 2021-2022 season. It's taken a little while because I wasn't sure whether I was going to do these, as in, I wasn't sure whether I was going to do the lower league predictions or just, leave it to the Premier League ones. I'm going to do the Premier League ones as well, and I'm going to do League Two. But I wasn't sure whether to do these other ones because the Championship one was so shittily organised. But I have some actual organisation this time. I'm just stretching. Sorry. But I've got a paper and pen to write down where I think people will go on the table. And I should mention as well, at the end of the video, if I've changed my mind or anything like that, in the description will be a Google document that will show you what my actual prediction table is. If I've changed my mind, if I've changed any around, they'll be there. But I'm going to write it down for now for where I think positions are going to be in this league. Now, just before we start, I have absolutely no knowledge of League One whatsoever. So don't expect anything, any insight or anything like that. If you were looking for insight for the League One predictions, you've come to the wrong channel. Because I don't have a clue. I'm just going to partly guess it off of last year's standings and just partly guess it in general, to be honest. There's not going to be a lot of insight. That's why I'm going to just read the description bits. But I'm not going to mess around anymore and talk anymore. What we're going to do is we're going to try and guess. I have no idea. I could be way off the mark or I could be spot on the mark for some of them. When we come back at the end of the season, I'll react to them, obviously, and we'll see how it goes. But start off with Accrington Stanley. Who are they? Founded in 1968, Accrington Stanley is based in Accrington. They currently compete in the EFL League One, the third tier in the Football League system of England. Now, they were in League Two for long enough, I know that, and they managed to get promoted. It was last year or a couple of years ago. No, obviously it was a couple of years ago because last year they were in League One. But they seem to kind of sort of integrated themselves into League One. I don't know a lot about their team, but they seem like they are probably a League One team now. But I don't think they will get any higher than what they did last season. I'm looking at the table here. Last season they finished 11th. I think I'm going to knock them down a few places. Just trying to think where I put them. I think I'm going to put them 14th this year. Just down a few. Not anything drastic. But I just think they won't. I don't know. I just have that feeling that they won't be as good as the season before. I think they're just going to kind of integrate themselves as a mid-table team in League One, and I think that's where they're going to finish. I could be wrong. I probably will be wrong because my prediction knowledge is next to none. But we'll see anyway. Up next, we've got. We haven't got Barrow because I've done the same thing again with the league instead of the actual team. Oh, come on. There we go. Wimbledon. AFC Wimbledon, who I believe got promoted a couple of years ago as well. Last season they finished 19th. And I don't know if I have faith in them to survive the drop again, to be honest. I actually watched the first week of the Football League highlights and they looked not great. They weren't bad, but they weren't great. And I don't know if they'll be able to survive. Founded 2002, AFC Wimbledon is based in London. They currently compete in EFL League One for the third tier in the Football League system of England. This table probably won't change too much in the Google document description thing because I'm kind of set where I'm putting people. So I think, and I hate to say it, Wimbledon, I'm going to put you in 21st. If I think there's going to be other teams that will finish below you, then I'll move you up a bit. But at the moment, you've been put in the relegation zone, and I apologise for that. I've got a bit of a cold, so if it sounds like I've got a bit of a cold, that is why. Up next, we've got Bolton Wanderers. Now, these went through the playoffs last year in League Two, so they're not in the League One table. But founded in 1874, Bolton Wanderers is based in Bolton. The club has added 4 domestic cups. I can't. Oh my god, I need new glasses. 4 domestic cups to their trophy case. I definitely need new glasses. Or just need to wake up more. I don't know. Either way, Bolton had a really good season in League Two, and I wouldn't be surprised if they went back-to-back playoffs and got into the Championship. That being said, I don't think they will. I don't think Bolton will get straight back up into the Championship back-to-back. I think they'll just finish outside of the playoffs. I'm gonna say ninth, I think. So, like I said, if you're coming here for football knowledge of League Two and football knowledge of the lower leagues, you've come to the wrong place. You're gonna have to try and find a different channel. This is just complete guesswork, and if I'm getting any of these right, that'll be a miracle. But I doubt I will. Up next, Burton Albion. Um, in my career mode, I know it's not reflective on real life, but in my career mode, these guys always seem to get immediately relegated from League One. But in real life, they finished 16th in the league, and I'm going to be honest, they won quite a few of their games, to be fair. They won a third of their games. Obviously, that's not a lot, but they won a third of their games. They managed to avoid the drop last year. And what I think is they'll avoid the drop again, but it's going to be a couple of places down for Burton Albion. Instead of 16th, I'm going to say 18th. But like I said, I have no expert opinion in these lower leagues at all. I'm probably going to get these completely wrong. But anyway, founded in 1950, Burton Albion is based in Burton upon Trent. They currently compete in League One, the third tier in the Football League system of England. Up next, Cambridge United. Now, this is a team that got promoted, I believe, through automatics. And I'm going to be honest, they are a one-star team in FIFA. And they had their best striker. And one thing I do know, they had their best striker, Paul Mullen, and sold him on, which I don't understand. And more importantly, they sold him to the National League. I don't understand why they sold him after such a good goal-scoring season. I believe he's the top scorer of League Two last year. And if he's gone, you got to wonder where the goals are coming from. And if I'm being brutally honest, I don't think the goals are kind of come from anywhere. I think Cambridge I might move them down even further, but I think they're going to finish 23rd. I could be wrong, and I probably will end up being wrong. They'll probably have such a good season that I'm going to look a mug at the end of this. But I think that they're going to finish 23rd. I think they're going back down, and I apologise to Cambridge fans. Founded in 1912, Cambridge United is based in Cambridge. They currently compete in EFL League One, the third tier in the Football League system of England. Up next, Charlton Athletic. Now, it seems like every season they try and get back up to the Championship. They're just a whisker away. They can't get to the playoffs. They can't get automatic promotion. They just can't quite get into that playoff spot. And I hate to say it, lads, but you're not going to do it again. In fact, you're going to fall a few places down. I apologise for this, because Charlton, probably one of the better teams in League One, but I just don't. I've got this weird feeling, not that I really know much about lower league football anyway, like I said. I just don't feel like they're going to be as good as last year. Last year they finished 7th, and they were very, very close to playoffs. I believe they were just a couple of points off. But I don't think they're going to do it this year. I think they're going to finish in 10th. I'm sorry you can hear me clicking my pen every time as well, but it's just the way it goes, I guess. Tried to find a non-clicky pen, but it's the only pen I could find. Up next, though. Actually, we should read this. Founded in 1905, Charlton Athletic is based in London. The club has added one domestic cup to the trophy case. Up next, we've got Cheltenham Town, who won League Two last year. Managed to get up in terms of winning the title. Founded in 1887, Cheltenham Town is based in Cheltenham, obviously. They currently compete in EFL League One, the third highest tier in the Football League system of England. So, Cheltenham is a tricky one, because I want them to survive, because they're just like an underdog team. I was surprised that they got promoted in the first place, I think, personally. I managed to win the league as well. But they've done really well. But I just don't think they'll survive either. And I'm not gonna put them bottom. I'm going to place them in 22nd, just below Wimbledon. Now, I could be wrong, but I believe they've got quite a small squad from what I've heard. And I just don't see them maybe adding to that squad. I just don't see them surviving in League One, who, to be fair, have a lot of quality in there. And a lot more teams that will have enough to finish above them. Up next, we have Crew Alexandra. They finished kind of mid-table. Well, finished exactly mid-table, I should say. They finished 12th. They're in the top half of League One. Now, I don't know a lot about Crew, so it's going to be a hard one to predict, is this. I think they got promoted for the playoffs a few years ago, but they've managed to set themselves a League One team, just like Accrington. I don't know if they'll stay like that at the fall. But founded in 1877, Crew Alexandra is based in Crewe. They currently compete in EFL League One, the third tier in the Football League system of England. That's going to be a description for most of these clubs, really. And I think... Now, this is a bold one, but I think they're just going to stay exactly where they are. I don't think they're going to move up any further. Don't think they're going to move down any further. I think they're just going to stay exactly where they are in 12th. Bit of a boring prediction, I guess, but I don't really know a lot about League One in general, so I'm just going to guess that they'll finish in a similar position. For Doncaster, I believe this lot... Did they get relegated from the Championship last season? No, they actually... they stayed in League One. I'm trying to think who got relegated. It was Wycombe... Fucking, my brain is blank. It was Wycombe, Sheffield Wednesday, and... Oh my god, I can't remember the last team. Rotherham. That was it. So Doncaster... Oh, I should have read the table here. They finished in 14th last season. And I think they're going to rise a bit this season because they will want to make a push back in to the Championship realistically. They seem like more of a yo-yo team, in my opinion. So they will go back up to the Championship soon. And then they'll come back down again. But they won't go up to the Championship this season. I think they're just going to go for a season of improvement. And hence why I'm putting them in 10th position. That just seems to be my thought on the process, but I could be wrong, and I mean, that's all part of predictions. I could be wrong. I probably will end up being wrong. I just have to wait and see. It's going to be a long season. I'll find out in May whether I am right or wrong. We'll react to these in May and see what happens. Up next, we've got Fleetwood Town. And this is an interesting case because Fleetwood, it took them a while to get up to League One. But they're another one that's consolidated the position. But I don't know why, but I've got a feeling that they'll just fall. I don't think they'll fall enough to be in the relegation zone. In my predictions already, I've got 3 of the 4 relegation positions occupied. And there's only one team I think that's going to be worse than the 3 that are already there. And we'll see when that comes along. But Fleetwood, I don't think they're going to have as good a season. They were 15th last season. I'm going to put them 17th. Now, they could prove me wrong and have a worldie of a season, and they probably will now I've said that. But I just don't think... Oh, I don't know really, obviously, but I just don't think they'll improve. If anything, I think they'll maybe fall a bit. Gillingham now. Gillingham. It's hard not to put these guys in the relegation zone, mainly because I don't hear about them a lot. I just don't see them as a League One team. I'm more used to seeing them as a League Two team. But obviously they finished 10th last season, so they can't be that bad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them in 13th, but I don't know a lot about Gillingham, and part of me wants to put them in a relegation zone, mainly because of probably the club I know the least about. But I'm not going to. My voice is going a bit, so I'm just going to get a bit of water. I apologise, 1 second. Excuse me. Oh, my voice is gone. I've got to do 2 more videos after this. Anyway, Gillingham, I think they're going to probably, I guess, mid-table. It's weird seeing them in League One, personally. Founding in 1893, Gillingham is based in Gillingham. They currently compete in League One. Yep, we know all that. Ipswich. Now, this is one of their teams where I actually think they may improve on last season. I've not had a lot of those so far, but I think Ipswich may improve. Founded in 1878, Ipswich Town is based in Ipswich. They've been crowned champion one time and have won a domestic cup on one occasion. Ipswich Town are the only professional football club based in the county of Suffolk. They enjoyed European success when they lifted the UEFA Cup in 1981. So they haven't had that in 40 years. And of course, these used to be in the Premier League. They've fallen down a bit, but I'm backing them to get back into the Championship. I'm not saying that they're going to do it through the automatics. My brain's not working yet. I'm still half asleep. I think they're going to come fourth. And then once I get to, obviously, the playoff predictions towards the end of the season, whether I get it right or get it wrong with Ipswich, I predict them to win the playoffs and go back up to the Championship. Whether that's right, whether they're in the playoffs, whether I'm just wrong and they got automatically promoted, or whether they don't even make it, we'll see. But if Ipswich do make it to the playoffs, they'll win them. Bold prediction from the start of the season. Up next, Lincoln City. Now, these guys, League Two not long ago, but last year, they finished in the playoffs. They finished fifth. Now, I don't think they're going to do it again. I'm sorry, Lincoln, but I think a lot of people were surprised when you did it first time around. But I don't want to be harsh, so I'm not going to drop them too far. I'm going to say 8th for Lincoln, but I don't know. I think it was a surprise when they got. I feel like they were the Barnes. They might be not a Barnsley team at all, and I'm just wrong completely because I don't watch League One. But I'm paying close attention to the Football League more this year, so I'll probably pick up more off of that. But I feel like they were sort of the Barnsley team of League One last year. They were surprised to get to the playoffs. They didn't win it, but they were there somehow. And I just don't think they're going to stay there. I apologise. Up next, though, is MK Dons. Now, this is an interesting one. Oh, I don't really know because they are in 13th. Oh, they were 13th last season. But they did they win their first game of the season? I'm pretty sure I watched them win. I can't remember exactly. I'm just gonna have to Google it because I watched the Football League show or EFL on Quest. They drew against Bolton 3-3. They have the ability to score goals, but they also concede quite a few. They finished 13th last year. I'm gonna go for a rogue prediction here, and you might think, what the fuck are you on? Are you stupid? The answer is yes. But I think they're going to sneak into playoffs. I know it's a big call, a massive call, especially for someone who doesn't know the league that well. I think they're going to be in 6th. They're going to sneak into the playoffs. They won't win them, obviously, because I've backed Ipswich to do that. But they'll sneak into the playoffs, in my opinion. So I've not read this for a little while now. Founded in 2004, MK Dons is based in MK, or Milton Keynes, obviously. They currently compete in League One, the third tier. Yep, cool. Sometimes I forget to read that, and I guess it's not really that important because it's the same thing each time. The club's founded in that city that they're at, and they compete in that tier of football. Now for Morecambe, and I'm sorry lads, because I remember a few years ago I tried to do a Morecambe career mode. I didn't stick to it because it got corrupted, which shit really, because it would have been such a good fun one to do to send them to the top. And they've gone up a division without me guiding them in career mode. But the problem is, they're just going to go straight back down. That's my prediction. I'm sorry, Morecambe, because I got a soft spot for you. But I just don't think they have the strength in the squad from what I've seen. And I just don't think they'll be able to hold on. Founded in 1920, Morecambe is based in Morecambe. They currently compete in League One, third tier in the Football League system of England. They got through the playoffs last year, so they were did they get through the playoffs last year? Am I tripping? I can't remember if they got through the playoffs. I think they did. We'll go with that they did. Either way, I just don't see them mounting any real challenge of staying in League One. I don't see them surviving. I just see them dropping back down to League Two. And I'm sorry for it, Morecambe fans, but it'd be a surprise. It'd be a good surprise, in my opinion, but it'd be a surprise if you stay up. Oxford United up next. They just finished in playoffs last year. And now I'm going to be a dick. I'm going to be an asshole, and I apologise, Oxford. But I know you just finished in the playoffs last year. This year, you're going to finish just out of playoffs. I'm going to say 7th place for Oxford United. And you might have noticed I am basing a lot of this off last year's table. I just try to guesswork it more than any educated predictions. I don't know a lot about the lower leagues. I should pay more attention. This year I will. So we'll see where they finish and how wrong I actually am. Founded in 1893, Oxford United is based in Oxford. They currently compete in EFL League One, the third tier in the Football League system of England. Plymouth Argyle. Now, a few people I've seen, I wouldn't say a lot, a few people I've seen this year are backing Plymouth to go down. Now, I am not one of those people, because obviously, as you can see, I've already completed my relegation zone. But they're going to survive by a hair. They're going to survive by a literal hair. It doesn't seem like a team that could survive in League One for multiple seasons. They'll survive this season. Next season, they might go down. And if I get it wrong this season, they obviously could go down too. But at the end of the day, they are going to survive just. I put Plymouth Argyle in 20th. By the skin of their teeth, they're going to stay in the third tier. Founded in 1886, Plymouth Argyle is based in Plymouth. They currently compete in the EFL League One, third tier in the Football League system of England. Up next, Portsmouth. Now, they've been in League One a little while now, and I think this is the time, and I'm going bold here, I think this is the time they go up. And I don't just mean playoffs. I know last season they finished 8th, and they finished outside of playoffs, but I got a really good feeling about Portsmouth. And watching them in their first game, it wasn't I can't actually remember if they won. Like, the results got out of my head, hold on. But I remember watching them, and they were playing really well. But I just don't know how... Oh, okay, it was 1-0 against Fleetwood. The football was good, but they need more goals. And I think they'll get them. I think they'll do really well. And I'm going for another bold donkey shout here. They're finishing 2nd place. Now that is a big shout in my opinion, and I'm probably going to look back on this and when they finish 13th or something and think, what the fuck was I thinking? But I've got belief in Portsmouth. I want to see them back in the Premier League, back to their glory, back to winning the FA Cup. Whether they do or not, we'll see. Obviously, they won't win the FA Cup, but I want to see him back in the top tier. But founded in 1898, Portsmouth is based in Portsmouth. They've been crowned champions twice and have won the Domestic Cup twice. But yeah, I see them getting promoted. Automatics may be a bit of a reach, but I've gone for a bold shout and we'll see what happens. Rotherham United, another team that I think won't go up. That's a big shout saying they go up. They will be in the playoffs though. I think they'll finish playoffs because they seem to be the yo-yo team, or the main yo-yo team that I see between Championship and League One. They seem to go up to the Championship with not a problem. League One, they're a different outfit to what they are in the Championship. Championship, they become... I don't know what happens to them in the Championship. They just don't become as good. They just don't play as well. Obviously, there's more quality in the Championship than Rotherham can handle. But I think they'll get playoffs. I've already backed Ipswich to win said playoffs, but I think Rotherham will get in there. And I think they will finish 5th. Bold prediction from me, but a lot of these have been kind of guesswork rather than knowing it. Founded in 1925, Rotherham United is based in Rotherham. They currently compete in the EFL League One, the third tier in the Football League system of England. Onwards to Sheffield Wednesday now. They really, realistically, shouldn't even be in here. Obviously, because of the point deduction that they suffered. I think it was 6 points from what I remember. They did get relegated. If it hadn't been for that points deduction, Derby would have gone down last season. Sheffield Wednesday would survive and another season in the Championship. So what I'm thinking is, oh, I don't know where to put them. I've got first and third open, and I don't know where I'm going to put them in either of those spots. Because one obviously means playoffs, having to fight their way up, and one obviously means winning the league. Now I've got two teams left. One that I want to put first, one I want to put third. Obviously, there's other positions to fill as well, but I'm not sure which one to put where. I think, and this is, I don't know if this is bold or not. I'm going to put Sheffield Wednesday as winning the league, and I might be wrong. Like I said, I don't know a lot about this, but because I don't think they should have been in League One in the first place, and because maybe they shouldn't have been with the points deduction, or not shouldn't have been, but wouldn't have been unless it been like had it not been for the points deduction. But I think they're going to straight back up, win the league. The club was established in 1867 by members of the Wednesday Cricket Club after a meeting in a local hotel. They've been crowned champions 4 times and won the domestic cup 3 times. Sheffield Wednesday were formed as a cricket club named the Wednesday Cricket Club simply because they played the matches on Wednesdays. So, yeah, bold prediction. I'm putting them top. Shrewsbury. Now, honestly, if I haven't filmed the relegation zone already, these boys might have entered in there. But I'm going to try and keep this table as it is, not me editing too much. And if I've put somewhere in the absolute wrong place, then so be it, that's my own fault. Shrewsbury, another survival, I think. Not 17th like they were last year, but 19th. Just above Plymouth. I think there'll be a bit of a gap between Shrewsbury and Plymouth. But by a bit of a gap, I mean like 3 or 4 points. But I think they'll survive. I don't know if I'm going to be right or wrong. Obviously, that's the beauty of it. You just guesswork, and you see. But whether you're right or wrong, I guess it's half the fun. Founded in 1886, Shrewsbury's based in Shrewsbury. They play in League One, but we know all that. Yada yada yada. Up next, Sunderland. Now, this was the other club that I wasn't sure whether I was putting in first or third. I've opted to put him third, obviously, as you can tell, because Sheffield Wednesday are at the top. But it could be any of these top three. Sheffield Wednesday, Portsmouth, Sunderland. Hell, even Ipswich. Top four, we'll say. Could be any order. These are the ones I feel least secure about because Sunderland... I'll put Sunderland third and they'll win it. Or if I switch it around now and put Sunderland top, they'll come third. So it's just... they're doing that in. Last year they finished fourth, they got playoffs. They were the lowest team in terms of not getting promoted because first, second and third all went up to the championship. I think if there is going to be a rival for Ipswich in that playoff, I think if there's going to be a playoff final, based on my predictions, playoff final will be Sunderland and Ipswich. Whether I'm backing Ipswich to go up, but whether either of them go up, they're both in the playoffs. Founded by a school teachers group of Sunderland and District Teachers AFC, the club was named to Sunderland AFC 1 year later. They've been crowned champions 6 times and won the domestic cup on 2 occasions. In 1997, Sunderland fans voted to change their nickname to the Black Cats after leaving Roker Park, their home for 99 years. We've got 2 more teams to go. One of these is Wigan, and the other is Wycombe. And I want to back Wycombe for a promotion push, but I think they're just going to go for a consolidation season. We'll do Wigan first, obviously, because Wigan is on the screen. I think they'll improve a bit from their 20th that they finished last season. How far were they off relegation? 1 point. 1 point off relegation, and their goal difference was worse. It's bold, but I don't really want to move the table out too much. I'm putting Wigan in 16th. And a mad prediction here for Wycombe in a second. Obviously, there's only 1 spot left to fill. You'll see on the Google document if you're looking at it. But, yeah, 1 prediction for Wycombe. But before we do that, founded in 1932, Wigan Athletic is based in Wigan. Club has added 1 domestic trophy or cup to the trophy case. I believe that's the one where they beat Man City to win it, which is a bit mad. Wycombe Wanderers, and I want to believe they'll go straight back up, and they are quite a yo-yo team. but I don't see it this year. I really don't see it this year, and that's why they're so far down the table. They'll have a mid-table season, consolidate, maybe push back up in the next year or two. But I think maybe League One will be their home for a few years. And looking at this now, maybe 13th is harsh. Maybe I could have. I'm not going to, but maybe I could have switched a few teams around, maybe moved them up a little bit. I just don't see them going back up to League One. I don't see them even making the playoffs. Maybe 13th is a bit harsh, like I said, but that's the only position that was left on the table. They'll probably finish higher, but I'm not going to change it. I'm going to leave it as it is because I don't want to fuck around with it too much and then mess it all up in the Google documents. So, that is going to end the League One predictions video. If you want to look at the full table where it makes more sense rather than me just talking about it, I've talked about it, and obviously you won't know possibly where everyone is. And also, a little side note as well, I tried to do this for the championship video. I tried to put the picture at the end of the video. Somehow, there's literally no editing programs that I could find that would do it for free. And on YouTube Editor, you can't do it for whatever reason. I don't know what that is. But whatever the case, what I've done, what I'm going to do for each prediction video in the description, I said it at the start, but I'll say it at the end again. In the description, there will be a Google document in the description showing where I think people will finish on the table. It's public, so you can see it. Obviously, it's not editable because I don't want you guys editing my predictions because I'll forget them by the end of the season. But the predictions will be there if you haven't quite got the gist of where I'm putting people. I hope you guys have enjoyed this League One predictions video. I hope I'm not too far off with some of them because League One's not really my area of expertise. But we'll wait and see until May. But yeah, bye for now, guys.